It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Would you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty wood, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Hi.
Hi, neighbor. Good to see you tonight. You know, it's been a long time since we've talked, and I really appreciate everybody last night staying on for my video that was supposed to be less than 6 minutes. But neighbor, it went on for over 6 minutes, but I appreciate that, and that's what neighbors do. But I'm going to zip up my zipper right here. I'm just going to head over here right now, and I'm going to go change my shoes. As you can see, I have a fresh pair of shoes in here, just waiting to be put on. This is what I like to do. Do you ever change your shoes when you come home from work, school, or just getting ready to play? I always do, especially now with the coronavirus outbreak. And it's not always easy to tie your shoes. How are you guys doing with tying your shoes right now? I always had a problem with that, and then turning this into a bow. But with a lot of practice, boys and girls, Mr. Charlie's been able to do that. So you put your foot in like that, and you take your other shoe off, just like this. And then you put your other shoe on. And I always call them the bunny ears. I'm sure you do too. And you just put your shoe on like this, and they're very disinfected, and they feel very nice. I tie a little bunny ear here, and I feel really good. Now, boys and girls, because there's a coronavirus outbreak, you gotta be super safe. And last night, I didn't eat a bat, but I touched a bat. And ever since then, I feel like I have the cooties. So I like to put on a pair of gloves, which are my Nitro Stretch Whites. Now look, the cooties, we all know there's a vaccine for that. You know, if you don't, then I don't know where you've been since like kindergarten, but circle, circle, dot, dot. Now you got the cootie shot. Yeah, you guys know that, right? But right now, with the coronavirus, there's no vaccine. They're just throwing shit at the wall. They're trying every different antiviral for AIDS or for this or for that, and they're hoping that it works. We just don't know. And now that Long Valley and Morris County and New Jersey, the cases are just spiking up so much. We got to be super, super, super safe. But before we even talk about my special tip for the night, you gotta also make sure that you're having alcohol. I talked about that in other videos. If you haven't seen video number 1, do not touch your face. Video number 2, you know, how to use a disinfectant. And then just number 3, don't eat a cat. Don't eat a cat. Don't eat my rat. He's my friend. So you gotta make sure, it's very important that you always have alcohol when you're doing what you're doing. And this was given to me from someone local in town. It's called Porta Potty. It's from Steve, and it's a porter. So you just go over here. I'm going to open that up. And let's sit down. Let's talk a little bit about in Charlie's neighborhood. So, like always, you got to have a special pint glass. Now, as you can see, I'm just getting very, very careful these days. Everything I touch, I got my gloves on. I got my wipes. These are my Lysol wipes. So what I do is I like to take the Lysol wipes, and I like to just wipe the brim and stuff of my pint glass, and then keep that nice and clean. And sometimes I use it on my face over here, just rub it around, almost like the Guinness, but you know, rub it in, and you smell nice. You smell clean. You smell like Lysol. If somebody comes up to you and they smell you, they go, "This guy's disinfecting himself," and they'll be very comfortable with you. So take that tip from Mr. Charlie's neighborhood. So I'm going to pour this porta potty into a proper pint glass like I do always. And then I'm going to tell you what the special tip is for today. And this is not going to be a long video, I promise you. I am tired. Donald Trump called me today, and he was really appreciating the work that I did. And even though he thinks there's really no outbreak, or he's kind of saying there's an outbreak, he says the work that I'm doing is definitely changing lives and saving lives. So I appreciate that. Let me take a sip of this from Steve. Very good. Mr. Charlie really appreciates this beer. It tastes delicious. So what I want to talk to you guys today about is something that we've been hearing about on the news all the time. It's called, how do you stay away from people? No, that's not what it's called. The technical term is social distancing. Look, I have neighbors that like me. I have neighbors that act like they like me. I have neighbors that want to like me. And I have neighbors, I don't even know who the heck they are. And towns go through changes, young and old people, and it just keeps changing. It's hard to keep up. In the early days, it was crazy around here. Now, I just stay in my bunker because I'm safe. And with social distancing, tip number one, for today is when I'm in here, I'm safe. I haven't seen my wife, my kids, my family in over 4 days since I've been giving you these tips. This is tip number 4. Tip number 4 is stay away from anybody else that can give you the coronavirus. The kids don't care. They're going out. They're seeing people. Oh, they haven't coughed. Oh, I know they just got back from, Boca Raton. They're okay. They got no symptoms. No, this takes a while. You got to quarantine yourself for 14 days, they recommend. Self-quarantine before you see somebody else or if you have any symptoms. I went down to Pezzo Pizza today. There was nobody in there. The guy told me that there's nobody ordering pizza because they brought so much damn food that they got to go home and cook it now. This is disgusting. So with this tip number 4, which is social distancing, just stay away from your family. I don't know. They could be hacking up. They could be sick. The cat could be dead right now. I don't know. I am safe right here in my bunker in Long Valley. And that's why I'm here, because if I get sick, I can't spread these messages to you guys that really need it to survive. So that's why I'm here for you guys. But the CDC recommends this. This is very important. They say that you need to stay at least 6 feet away from somebody. How do you stay 6 feet away from somebody? I saw my neighbor the other day. I was waving to them down the street. They start to get closer, and I start to back up. Like we need some kind of device in our hat that just kind of says 6 feet. It starts to beep. You kind of know your distance and say, hey, what's up? So that's number 1, 6 feet away. That's really hard to do. I mean, I'm trying to find my tape measure, my Stanley tape measure right here. Industrial. I mean, I don't do much work at home. I'm not handy at all, but I could use this thing. But this is tip number 1, 6 feet away. Let me just show you what 6 feet looks like on a tape measure. So, you put this out here, 6 feet. Man, that is really, really tall. And let me just show you. I'm gonna put it to the door of my bunker. Whoops, it broke. Hold on. Don't worry. 6 feet to my bunker. I'm going to tap it right into the side of my bunker. And it's getting over there. All right. And look, if you come over to my bunker, you can see there's Dobby. That is too close for me to be. This is like 1 inch. Me and Dobby could almost kiss. I ain't kissing Dobby. But if I back up all the way over here to the other side of my bunker, that's about 6 feet away from where he is. If you look at my measure, like 6 feet away, that's a far away to be away from people. But look, if you want to be safe during this coronavirus outbreak, stay 6 feet away from people. Honestly, don't even see people. I mean, look, you may not even want to see people. You may not like people, so just stay away from them. This is not the time to become social and become friends with the neighborhood. The other thing, honestly, is don't be near anybody which is in 3 feet of you who's coughing and sneezing. Now, look, I understand the coughing part. So you back up. How the heck do you know when someone's just going to be like, so, Charlie, how was your day? And they sneeze on your ass. The other day, I was drinking a chai latte. Someone snotted like 3 feet and hit me like on the hand. I'm thinking like, I got the coronavirus just trying to have a chai latte down at the coffee potter. That's not right. There's no way we can stay away 3 feet and know if someone's going to cough or if someone's going to sneeze. So my advice to you is just don't go out. Don't leave. So tip number 4, how to stay safe during a coronavirus outbreak is social distancing. Don't leave your house now. Do not go anywhere. Stay in here. Have your wipes. Have your Lysol. Have your alcohol. And you will be safe during this coronavirus outbreak. And look, I'm going to get a little bit more comfortable because I think it's very important during this time that we stick together as a community and that we be together as people. And I'm going to keep my glove on, but I'm going to take my tie off. And as you can see, I'm wearing skulls. Yep, coronavirus outbreak is serious. There are people dying. That's why Mr. Charlie is wearing his skulls. But if you look really closely, the one thing that's most important in Mr. Charlie's neighborhood, it's going to be, and you know what the answer is, it's going to be my neighbors. And I want to say a very thank you right now to Mr. Rogers, because he lets us know that everybody's special. You're special. I'm special. You know, Tom Hanks, he's got the coronavirus. When Tom Hanks gets the coronavirus, you know this thing is serious. But he's getting better. So, social distance. Don't see people. Don't talk to people. Don't even look at people. When the mail comes, I'm just like this. The mailman comes by, I'm like, get out of my way, I don't want to see you. And that's how you stay safe. Tip number 4, social distancing. Don't see anybody. But I want to make a special shout out tonight to my good friend, Rudy Gagliella, who just completed his 14-day self-quarantine. He was in Florida. For 14 days, he did the proper thing, which most people aren't doing. He stayed in his house. He stayed there waiting for symptoms to happen. No symptoms happened. Thank God, nothing happened. But after he's done with his 14-day self-quarantine, what happens? Now, he's like in a lockdown in New York. He can't go anywhere anyway. I don't know what's worse, a self-quarantine or a lockdown. But I'm just glad that he's safe and he's doing well. I also want to wish a happy birthday to my brother Bob, my oldest. You are special to me. I love you. Chaz on Wheels loves that you gave me that name. And I just want you to be safe during this coronavirus outbreak, because every time you have a birthday, you're getting a little bit older and you're higher risk. So, tip number 4, social distancing. Stay away from people. Stay away from Dobby. Stay away from neighbors. Stay away from everybody. Don't come to my bunker. I will shoot you. I love you guys all. Peace up. See you tomorrow for another special tip. Tomorrow, tip number 5. And I may give a teaser of what it's going to be. Be safe and be careful.